Hello, this is Rick Powers from Western Technical College, coming to you from my home office and working on giving you an introduction to week number 4. This is an important week. There's a couple of important projects that we're going to be working on. And so I wanted to be able to share my screen with you so that you could see what it's going to look like during this week in terms of the materials. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen. So now, if I go to the student view of our class, Introductory Statistics, you see that there's a practice exam and a mastery exam. So then if we go to the practice exam and take a look at it, you'll see there are only 2 questions. There's one question which has 5 data values where you're supposed to find the average speed and the standard deviation. Then the second question has a number of different values. You find the mean and the median. Well, those particular questions are just part of the exam. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the instructions here at the top, which say that you need to show your work using a calculator and not other technology and find the mean, the median, and the standard deviation for this data set right here. And then in question 2, you will use technology to find the mean, the median, quartile 1, quartile 3, and the standard deviation. Now, you don't have to use technology for the mean, the median, the quartiles, but you do have to use technology for the standard deviation. I don't want you to spend an hour doing all of this calculation by hand. I want you to do it using the technology, and I want you to know how to use technology to do that. Certainly, if you have any question, you can let me know, but there's a lot of material on our site about how to use different kinds of technology as well. So then, with all of this, this is the practice exam. Then if we go to week number 4 here, you will see that I have answers for the practice test. Based on what happened last time with the test, I saw that it was important to actually go through these extra problems and show you how those are done. So if I hit that to go to the answers for the practice test, then it has specific example using specific numbers. Your numbers will be different than what I have necessarily, but then this shows you how to do the problems. Here are the questions then, and then here are the answers. These are the things that I want you to show how to find the standard deviation by using the formula. And then here is the information where you need to use technology to find these things. And certainly it's easier, I think, to use technology to make a box plot or a dot plot. And then I give the answers here. Now, specifically for this data set that I've given, that I have here for this practice set, on these last few problems, part F of question 2 and so on, you need to have an answer, and then you need to have an explanation. You need to explain how that information for the answer, what it's based on. So, for example, if this has no outliers, what is an outlier? You give the definition and then say, based on this thing that I have here, there are no outliers. So whatever your conclusion is, you also have an explanation of why you said that. This is showing your work for all of these different problems. All right, so that's the practice exam. And then, of course, when you go to the mastery exam, it's the same thing. It's just with different numbers. You go through the same process, and then you can either show your work by putting it in a file that's in the WebAssign software, or you can just send it by email if you want. However you can get it to me, that's what needs to happen. And yeah, best wishes on you for this coming week. And let me know if you need anything.